Cancer, welcome to your July 2016 love reading. So, I'm doing this reading over again. I had started yesterday and had all the cards on the table. I was going to just leave them there and redo it because I got interrupted by something, and I just decided to do the whole thing over again. I wasn't really feeling it anyway. You know, we had a very hot day yesterday. It was in the 90s, and it's hard to think sometimes when it's that hot. So sometimes the continuity gets lost, and even when I picked the cards, it didn't seem right. So I want to tell you, just because I did start over, but now that it's a new day and I feel a lot differently, I'm going to start over, because then there's more continuity. I can't remember if I picked, some of this stuff before. Just even after shuffling. It's funny. It goes to show you. Yeah, I mean, and you have to understand that some of these cards will show up as your message anyhow. Maybe in different positions. I got the Nine of Cups in a different position. I mean, upside down, too. But, okay. And I'm going to draw this back just a little bit, see if I can. Well, it's not really. So I'm going to start with the recent past, and this is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is about having your heart broken. And it can also relate to a lover's triangle that you may be a part of. But as I say, it's the recent past, so it was an influence that led to what is happening now, and that is the Emperor card. So this is a card associated with Aries. This could be an air sign, so that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But the Emperor is someone who believes in the rule of law. You know, they associate it with people in the armed forces, as well as, you know, police officers or people that have that kind of authority. But it can just be on the mental level, where it's somebody who looks at life in a rather rigid way, and they tend to be authoritarian. So this might have been the person that you had the problem with. That might just be describing that person. But it's interesting because in that particular situation, if it is somebody like that, you're actually better off, because you were with somebody who is too controlling, and also somebody who cannot see all sides of an issue. Probably somebody who is very black and white. And when you deal with people like that, it may feel kind of safe, because they give this illusion that the world is really like that it's so clear-cut. But they can get very, very controlling, and it can really negatively impact your life. I think that this could also be somebody from the justice system, like not a lawyer, but a judge. So it could be that, you know, you had your heart broken and you got divorced, or you're consulting. Well, I would say that it probably was something that is to the level of being litigated that far. You know, it's not just consulting a lawyer. But who knows? Maybe it could be. Let me look at this. The higher perspective is the Knight of Wands. With this being the higher perspective, it may be showing you, especially if it was a shorter term relationship, it was just a fling. It was just a physical attraction. And so the other thing too is that you could have this guy who is very controlling, but the person that you are meant to be with is actually a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now I did say that this guy is a fire sign, but the energy that he exudes is not fiery energy. It's that's why I always associate him with Capricorn, and I don't understand why he's associated with Aries. But yeah, so when I get cards for the higher perspective, sometimes I feel that they're telling you who is the right person for you. But sometimes they might be telling you, don't be so upset because it was only a fling. It wasn't anything serious. Maybe you made it out to be something more than it was. And that's what created your heartbreak. What's crossing you is the Devil card. So I do connect it directly to any relationship that is compulsive, where you go back, maybe you break up and then you go back and you can't seem to fully extricate yourself from this relationship because maybe the physical attraction is very strong, or maybe it's the fantasy that he will leave that other person. Maybe you're in a situation where he's married and he has promised that he's going to leave and he hasn't done it. And in that case, then the higher perspective is saying that he's just having his fun. You know, he's not really serious. Who knows? Maybe you're even the emperor. Maybe you're feeling like you want life to be much more on that ethical level. And maybe you've been feeling like you've been doing something that is less than ethical. And that could be related to the Devil too. By just for fun facts, this is connected to Capricorn. So if there's a Capricorn in your life, which is your opposite sign, so there might very well be a Capricorn in your life. The energy that is, around during this time is the Nine of Cups. So this is really a nice balance to all of this, which kind of, some of it is kind of heavy. This is the wish fulfilled card. So, well, that's very interesting. You know, sometimes we can look at it this way. Maybe there's a water sign person around, and maybe this is somebody that you have been digging in the past, but he or she is currently available, and you're currently available because you've had a recent breakup. That would be another Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. It just occurred to me, do Cancerians ever get together, like two Cancer people? I don't know anybody personally where both partners are Cancers. But yeah, and let me see other things to say about the Nine of Cups. It's a card that can sometimes veer into indulgence, overindulgence, I should say. So, it's kind of interesting because you have these, let me see if I can, you have these two cards where one is, considered a compulsive energy. This is more of an energy of like celebration. Well, it's more of just indulging and enjoying, the pleasures of life. Maybe it's that fine balance between the two that you have to kind of navigate. But I feel like it's telling you that there are things that you do have to celebrate. And of course, it's your birthday month, most of you. So happy birthday, but also realize that life is meant to be enjoyed. Maybe you've been, if this is you, maybe you've been too serious. And I know that Cancer people can get too serious sometimes. And maybe that has to do with something that happened in the past that broke your heart. Maybe that made you just more focused on other things so that you could take your mind off of it. But this is a yes card, so, you know. Oh, you know what I was just thinking? When it's your birthday, set some intentions, and set one for love. If you are somebody who is wanting a relationship, set your intentions on your birthday, and you know, maybe you will have reason to celebrate, because this, you know, as the yes card, maybe your dreams will come true. The cups also relate to, you know, the spiritual or the psychic, so maybe that can enhance your visualization abilities. The advice is the Four of Cups. Here's another cups in a row. So this could be telling you about a particular person to gravitate towards, especially if there's somebody in that picture, if that person is there. You know, this is a card of dissatisfaction. Okay, so how does that relate to advice? But it's kind of like this, if you know the word ennui, which I only learned because I used to do a lot of crossword puzzles, and they always put that word in there. But it's like, it's just like this blah feeling in life where you don't feel that sense of enjoyment. Well, the Four of Cups is about, you know, realizing that you have this dissatisfaction happening. And as advice, I think it's saying to really honor how you feel, to really check in with how you feel when you're with a person. Because the card right above it is like probably one of the most diametrically opposed. It's a very passionate energy. However, there is chaos associated with it. It's kind of like untamed, unbridled passion. And that's something that's not really what you prefer, because you are very, you like all your ducks in a row. You don't want to risk, you know, things. So, you know, having a lifestyle that is too unpredictable would not appeal to you. So sometimes you drift towards this. And, oh, let me show his face, yeah. And it's like, sometimes I was just arguing with somebody online about this, talking about insurance and things like this. You know, people, it's okay to plan for things that are possible, what do you call them, complications. But on the other hand, if you are too concerned with that, you end up with a very safe life, but it's very lacking in anything passionate, and so you're just going through the motions. And then you're trapped in this relationship, and sometimes you're trapped because of excessive materialism. And I actually think that this Devil card relates to that specifically. And you know, it's a really sad thing, because you've taken something that is a logical and reasonable, you know, desire, which is to be prepared, and just taken it too far. And when you do that, then you end up feeling like you're empty inside, and that you don't have something to really just make your heart sing. And this card is all about just enjoying life to the fullest and feeling like that sense of accomplishment. You know, this is a card of success. So it's saying that success is at hand. It's right there for you. But, you know, do you really believe that? And, you know, how do you feel? If you don't feel excited about something, then it's probably not going to be good in the long haul, even though it makes you feel safe. And the outcome is the King of Cups. So we have the mastery over emotions. This could actually just be you being very in control, not being in this state of grief constantly, where you feel that rawness of the emotions still affecting you. But it could be a water sign individual who, you know, you end up with at some point, and somebody who is not just emo, but somebody who is very mature in their emotional expression. You know, the person who isn't just about freaking out or being moody and things like that, which is kind of a chaotic expression of emotion, but is very calm and confident, but also sensitive, you know. And this person will be a great compliment to you or for you, and be somebody that you can use as a rock. Not somebody where it's a one-way street where you're the one that has to kind of make sure that they're okay. And that's the best situation, because with the King of Cups, there is always that masculine part of it. You know, the kings represent the masculine, and the cups represent the receptive or the feminine. I'm going to put this right here because it's so you can look at it. And it's a great combination. It's not too much of one thing. You know, it's like kind of a balanced male and female principle. And so, yeah, I mean, I like that for your ending, because that's kind of the energy that you resonate with probably the most. And it's a very mature energy. It's not this night energy that is much more, it's much more exciting because it's unpredictable. But in the long run, it's very taxing, you know, draining. So I hope you enjoyed this, Cancer. If you would like a personal reading, you can just click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great July. Bye.